Exciting news, we've got the brand new Microsoft Surface Duo 2 with imminent launch date October 21st, and there's 5 new features that I think really set this one apart from the original. Let's talk about it. Hey everybody, welcome back to TechOdyssey. So today we're here to talk about the Surface Duo 2. Finally here. No more speculation, no more drama, no more rumors, no more worrying. It is here with the entry price of $14.99, and it's going to be available for pickup on October the 21st. Available for pre-order now, and I believe they're mostly sold out on the Microsoft website. You can still check on Best Buy and some other places, but $14.99, entry price, 128, 8 gigabytes of storage. There are a couple things here that I really think that they address that I think are really going to make people happy in the hardware department. Improved screen, bigger screen, faster, enhanced refresh rate, camera setup, all that stuff. And we're going to talk about that today in this video, go through and discuss the 5 top features that I think you're really going to be excited about. But before we get into that, I do want to say if this is your first time stopping by the channel, thank you for being here. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. Now let's talk about these new features. So feature number 1 I want to talk about, the screen. Bigger screen. Also, it's 8.3 inches diagonally across. So whenever you get the big screen, when you open it up, here's my regular Surface Duo, it's going to be larger. To some people's disappointment, it still has the bezels at the top and the bottom. Kind of an archaic design, but here's one thing I've been trying to exercise caution with people. When you hold the phone, just because of the nature of how it's designed, your thumbs are always down here. So if your screen goes all the way to the bottom, you're going to be covering stuff up and hitting things with your fingers all the time. So when it's on, if you hold it like this, you're always going to have your finger like that. It's meant to be held like a book. If you hold it like this, well, your fingers are going to be down there. And then you can hold it. There are a lot of different ways you can hold it. I don't think it's as big of a deal as some people do. Clearly, bezels are archaic. We killed them a long time ago. We wanted them gone, and they resurfaced in the Surface Duo 2, pun intended. But what do we get? We're getting a 90 hertz refresh rate now. So we're going to have the same brilliant looking screen, except better, and 90 hertz refresh rate. That makes me really happy because I love these enhanced refresh rates. I think it matters. I think when you have a premium tier, high-end device like this, that it's important. So I'm really glad that they have that. I'm looking forward to testing that out. So 90 hertz refresh rate, bigger screen, that's the number 1 thing I want to talk about with regard to exciting features. Now the second one is the processor. This is a twofold thing. One, it gives us more speed, it gives us more performance. Hopefully, it will take some of the lag and the stutter and some of the other shenanigans out of the operating system. See, the Snapdragon 855, as much as it is a capable processor, when it was put in that phone, it was almost 2 years old by the time it came out. Like, everybody else was using the 865 Plus, and they're like, hi guys, we got the 855. It's like showing up to the party with, like, everybody else is showing up with drinks and food, and you show up with, like, a roll of paper towels. Not cool, guy. Not cool. So, the new Snapdragon 888, well, the new phone has a Snapdragon 888. It's still a year old, but it is a infinitely more powerful processor. Of course, I'm going to have the same battery and heat issue concerns that we've had with all the phones that have been running it this year. The 888 processor, it likes to consume battery. It's very, very powerful. So, hopefully, that gives it a little bit better reputation. You know, even with what's going on in the world today, there's been a lot of problems with companies trying to get hands on processors. So I do commend them. They got the Snapdragon 888. Happy about that. I think that it's going to be good for the platform. I just hope that there's good mitigation for the heat. I hope there's heat piping in there somewhere to help alleviate some of those concerns. But lots of power and performance here, way better than the 855. Now, in addition to that, part 3. 5G. We now have 5G. The last one, it was embarrassing. It didn't have band 71. It didn't have 5G. How in the world, when everybody else is 2 years into putting out 5G phones, could they not find a way to get us a 5G chip in there? And I know the reason why. They use an older processor. It would have had to have the separate X1 modem. It just wouldn't have worked out that way. So the 855, yeah, it was capable with a secondary modem, at least as far as I know, to use 5G, but it just wasn't a good implementation. It really was kind of the last modem people used for LTE. The 865 also used that I think it's X51 modem is what it is. Yeah, it was fine, but it was a separate setup. The 865 Plus integrated that, and I guess for whatever reason they couldn't make that work with the Surface Duo. So 888 5G, going to have all the access to the new and latest and greatest expanded network frequencies, faster speeds, more reliability moving forward. So yeah, 5G, not the most important thing when you talk in day-to-day conversation, but as far as legitimacy and future-proofing, it was a necessity. So we've got that. Also NFC. NFC is going to be there now. So those are the first three. The fourth thing is battery. So it looks like the battery is going to be 4,450 milliamps. That is huge compared to what we had with the regular Duo. 3,577 milliamps with dual screens. Terrible idea. Terrible. It did not have good battery life. So we're going to have the battery life that's going to power that 90 hertz. It's going to power the bigger screens. It's going to power the Snapdragon 888. Absolute necessity. So I'm super glad that that's there now. We've got a bigger battery. We've got 5G, Snapdragon 888, 90 hertz refresh rate with a bigger, better screen. Now, 3 cameras. This is the last one. We have 3 cameras. Before, the camera was terrible. And as you can see from the outside of the phone, it's just not there. So what you would have to do, of course, is open it up. And then you would have the camera on the inside. Then you'd have to flip it around. Then you'd have to double tap on the screen to try and get the interface to flip around. Not good. And the camera was not good. Look, it was okay for like maybe a $500 phone. For a $1,400 phone, absolutely potato. So now you've got a 16 megapixel ultra wide, and then you've got a 12 megapixel primary and a 12 megapixel telephoto, both with optical image stabilization. They really went back to the drawing board. Aesthetically, I think it's terrible because now you've got a big camera module on the back, so whenever you try to close it, it's not going to close all the way. So the best you're going to get is like this. Something along those lines. I'm not crazy about that. I don't like how that's going to work. It's going to mess with the ergonomics of the phone. So when you hold it, you can't hold it flat now like you can with this one. So we'll see how that goes in practicality, but at least they really tried to put a better camera setup, and from what I'm hearing, the cameras are actually pretty good. And the last thing I do want to mention, though, I know this was 5 things I wanted to talk about. Number 6 is that edge display. So you are going to have a small notification screen. Inside on the hinge now, you're actually going to have a curved edge display on the side, which is fine. It will give you notifications. The light will kind of pulsate and move up and down whenever you get a phone call. You'll be able to see battery percentage. It's not quite what everybody wanted. I really kind of hoped they would do something with this Windows screen. Like this right here, I thought that would be like an ideal place to put something like that. Call me crazy, but at least we're going to get the one on the edge. It's got that curved edge on there now. Gorilla Glass Victus, I believe, latest and greatest. So, yes, there is a notification panel there that you can kind of use and monitor for things. It's better than nothing, because the thing is with this phone, you have to open it up for everything. It would at least be nice to have a little bit of a heads up ahead of time so you can see what's going on, if somebody's calling you, whatever, especially if your phone's on silent, because how are you going to know somebody's calling you, right? So that's it. Those are the big things, the big upgrades and enhancements for the Duo 2. Going to be here on October 21st, $14.99 to get in the door, 128 gigabytes of storage, 8 gigs of RAM, but there are additional storage options. You can get it in 256 for an extra 100, or an extra 200, I believe. You can get it in 512. So if you want a 512 Duo 2, you're going to be spending like basically $1,800. Like you're going to be spending out $1,699. That's $100 less than the Fold 3. So there are some concerns there, some considerations, but we can't say they didn't go back to the drawing board, at least in the hardware department, and try and give us the hardware experience that we needed. Now we just got to hold out hope and cross our fingers and see how it works, and see if they fix all the software issues and are going to support it long term. So that's all I've got. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them down in the comment section. I'll get back with you. If you enjoy the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. And as always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys next time.